Tuface Idibia has come out to say him no do again. He has been a partner even when he had nothing. But at the point when he had nothing, he had something. He had potential. See, Annie is not who everybody sees her to be. Annie has her own demons also about why they can't be married, why they can actually have a man. Okay, Makinwa, whatever that lady's name is. Hello guys, welcome to Epic Tube Moments. My name is Fred. I'm your usual anchor here on this channel. I really want to welcome you guys to my channel. And if you're new here, please, we just want to ask you to subscribe so you can join the ETM family and we continue to grow. Okay, thank you guys for coming. So today I just want to discuss this. This is making the rounds so big. Two heavyweights in Nigeria, a strong couple, Tuface Idibia, Annie Idibia, are on it. One funny thing with Nigeria is we keep hearing news every week. Rumors keep coming up, different sad good news, trending all through the year. And this is one so early this year, 2025, and it's big. Tuface Idibia, someone who is a big, major celebrity in Nigeria. If you start counting people that have made it musically in Nigeria, Tuface should actually be one of the first two that you would actually want to call out, if not the first. Big names you would want to call in terms of music in Nigeria. And his wife, Annie, who for the longest has been there, we get to hear a lot of how she has struggled. She has been a partner even when he had nothing. But at the point when he had nothing, he had something. He had potential. Let's not forget that Tuface Idibia had potential. No woman will actually want to stick to someone who does not look like he has potential or literally has potential. So Annie was there when he had nothing but had potential, and she stuck by him. I remember back in the day, there was actually virtually nothing. Nigerian DJs were virtually playing foreign music, but that was at the time, before Tuface actually came out strongly. Tuface, Plantation Boys, Idris Abdul Karim, that was the trend. We had Tuface come out majorly with his African Queen, and that was it. That was where the Nigerian musical scene actually just blew. Started having a lot of people come out at that time. So Tuface is obviously a big name. Tuface is a big name, Nigeria-wise and Africa-wise. In fact, globally, a lot of people give very strong accolades to that name, Tuface Idibia. So what is happening today? Tuface Idibia has come out to say him no do again. Literally, he doesn't want to be married to Annie Idibia any longer. So this is where I come in. I come in because I get to hear a lot of people say their narrative, their opinions in regards to what is happening with Tuface and his wife. We wouldn't have actually come into this if it was not made a public discussion. This is a very strong couple. And we have seen other relationships where celebrities fall out most of the times. Everywhere in the world. It's not just peculiar to these two. And it's also not peculiar to Nigerian celebrities. Celebrities all over the world have their own major problems. In relationships, in their marriages, they have a lot. This is nothing compared to what we've had in different other relationships amongst celebrities worldwide. This is not even close, okay? But because this is our own, and just like I've given you the history of the musical talents we have in Nigeria, this is special. And judging or going by what we've heard about Annie, being there for him right from when he had nothing, as it were. And just like I said, because they brought it to the fore, we also need to jump on it. But we need to be very careful. I remember a few months ago, VDM said money is in his account, and came out like 3 weeks after to say it was a prank. So we need to be very careful with what we're saying just now, in case this becomes another prank where Tuface will actually leave us licking our wounds, and we wouldn't really want to be in that situation where we've said all the nasty things in the world against this beautiful family, and later it turns out to be a prank. You wouldn't really feel good about this. So why trading cautiously? I would just want to just give my understanding about what is going on here, okay? And before I actually go into that, I want us to watch these two videos, okay? These two videos should actually give us clarity into, not like a full level of clarity, but just to understand surfacely what is happening in that family and what people have been saying. And VTM actually said something, and also this dude also said something. So when we get to listen to this, it probably gives us a foundation on how to go about it. So when we come back, I will try to make you guys see reasons to why this has been a problem right from the start. And just like every other relationship, this is no different. And that's why we think there were problems already in this marriage or in this relationship before it got to this point. So let's just watch these two videos and I'll get back to you guys, okay?
My first child is his fifth. I met him before everybody. So you know what that is.
You heard her, she said her first child is his fifth. And then he had 5 kids with other women. She met him first. Do you understand? She met him first, but her first child became Tuface's 5th child. Annie Idibia saw all the red signs. She chose to ignore the red signs. So all these women they can't do, oh, she suffered with him. She didn't need to suffer with him if she had ignored the red signs and just went ahead to go for somebody else. But because she also wanted to be the one that ended up with the trophy, Tuface was a star. She wanted to end up with, okay, yes, Nami finally marry. You don't get different baby mamas. You get 5 children outside, but Nami finally marry. I saw one tweet of one girl that said that she decided to settle with him after he had 5 kids. If he had 5 kids with one woman, it's different from having 5 kids with different women. 5 kids with one woman, if he say yes after 5 kids, you decide to settle with him, not him having 5 kids with different women. Women, a lot of you ignore the red flags because of fine boy. And because you feel like, okay, yes, you know, say women, they like forbidden things. They go see good man, they know full one. They'll see bad boy, they rush bad boy. They like bad boy. If they see say one guy, they where different women they rush for, different women they talk about, and women, they are always moved by what they hear. If you tell woman now to say that guy is a big knack, he get big bowler, whether the guy is a bad person, even if a madman. Even if na madman, women go line up because say 2, 3 women don't say, oh, that guy carry you, he did knock well. Women go gather around the madman, they go knock that madman because they won't test with each other. They are in competition with themselves. So Andy felt like, okay, yes, Tuface was a trophy. That's why she rushed. She saw all the red signs. She decided to ignore it. If you're not like, I'm gonna cry from now till tomorrow. She is to be blamed. Like I said in my previous video, if Annie Idibia was my sister, I would not let her go close to Tuface. I would not let her go close to Tuface. That being said, it doesn't mean Tuface Idibia is a bad person. So all these things on they like turn Tuface to demon. Like say, okay, yes, she suffered with him. What suffer did she suffer with him? Tuface was a star. What suffer? It was a win-win for her. Do you know what it means to be the wife of Tuface Idibia? A lot of women wanted that position. A lot of now wanna see they even talk, say Annie went through a lot, Tuface is this, Tuface is that. Plenty of now. Possibly, if he still go for Tokemakiwa today, it's possible that she might still open her legs. Someone forget all those things. A lot of women will still line up for him, knowing fully well, say no be saying even get the time now. Tuface na popori man now. Like I said, if Annie Idibia was my sister, I would not let her go close to Tuface. I will ask her a question. I'll say, are you prepared mentally for a guy like this? And she says yes, no problem, you're an adult, go. Women, stop ignoring red signs in a man because you want to end up being the trophy. Hey, you won't be the one to say, yes, now me change, I am the reason why he changed. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Don't deceive yourself. If you see man where they chop life, just leave him, go for the one where serious.
People say make comment about Tuface and Annie. To be honest, I don't have any comment to make. However, let's talk about the lesson. Annie, they date Tuface. Tuface, they give woman belly. Annie married Tuface. Tuface, they give woman belly. She chose to stay. Now, all these things where she they stay, they accommodate, they deal with them. Last, tu baba don jabana. If you ask me, Annie saw not be red flag self. She saw red sea, and she stayed. A lot of the time, our women, they see red flags, red sea, red bedsheet, red everywhere, but they go still stay. Majority of the time, the things we want to be women, they tolerate, they accommodate. Most men cannot tolerate quarter of it. If you try me, don't jabba. Make I give you an example. As a woman now, your man go shit, you go forgive him. If that same man see man, another man just hold your waist, you go. I don't support wetin happen, but I dey tell my sisters, majority of the time, only women they fight to keep marriage. It's a two-way thing. If only you they fight. I'm telling you, men, also be men. The day we our head full, go, just go. You shouldn't be fighting alone. Both of you should be fighting it together. You know, I dey always tell her, I say, if you're not happy, just walk away. Now, make we enter Tubaba side. We don't know what Tubaba is going through. This one feed the vex and they provoke him every time. But he better say walk away than setting the woman on fire or doing anything to physically harm the woman. So, guys, pay attention to red flags and don't accommodate what you can't deal with. I don't have much to say, but
Okay, so that's the video. There you have it. This is really very heartbreaking, and the part that actually breaks my heart is where Annie says she's been there since day one. They got married in 2012, I believe, and having been there this long, you should be the first person to have a child for this man, and your child is actually not the first, and it hurts. No, it hurts. We are all humans, okay? It hurts. You know, different gist coming from a lot of people. Having to hear from Tuface's brother, who has just been there in the media, talking about how Annie has, we'll actually get there. It's a law, and I'm just trying to be very cautious so we don't say things that would really not make a lot of sense, because this has not come out clearer, and we just want to make sense out of this. So one thing I want to say after going through all of this is this. See, marriage is not a simple institution. A lot of people think marriage is something very simple. Marriage is not. The point I want to make here is this. When you are dating someone and you guys see yourselves fit for marriage, it's a good idea that you guys see yourself fit for marriage. But when you get into marriage, what then happens that the whole idea changes. When you're dating someone, it's completely different from when you're married to someone. Completely different institution there. Completely different institution. The things you tolerate while dating someone, you find it very hard to tolerate those things while in marriage. And also, while dating someone, you probably may not get to see a lot of things about that individual. Because what happens is you guys get to see once in a while. You guys don't live in most times. You guys just get to see once in a while. So you hardly get to understand exactly who that person is. But when you move in together as married couples, that's when you get to see the unfolding of a lot of events, the true nature of this man or this woman come out. And at that point, you find it very difficult to understand if this is who you've actually gotten married to. In this case, it is also not different. But what I really find funny is Annie Idibia has been there from day one. You should know who Tuface Idibia is. Tuface Idibia also should have known who Annie is. Now, hear all of those things that we get to hear from a lot of people saying about Tuface Idibia. Tuface Idibia is a cheat. Tuface Idibia does not respect Annie. Tuface Idibia, gives Annie mental torture, emotional torture. Tuface Idibia, has a lot of children outside, for those we know and others we may not know. And Tuface Idibia has not tried to appreciate Annie, who, despite all his flaws, she has always been there. That's a very clear understanding of the issue there, which is fine, okay? On the other side, a lot of people, including Tuface's brother, saying Annie is not who everybody sees her to be. Annie has her own demons also. Annie is very temperamental. Annie is very controlling. Annie gets angry so spontaneously. Annie disrespects Tuface in public, at wedding events, at celebrity events, at so many outings. Annie embarrasses Tuface everywhere they go. Annie gets angry and puts her hands on Tuface Idibia. A lot of things we get to hear on social media. And some of these also coming from Tuface's brother. How he has seen all of these things happen. All of these things transpired in the course of their marriage. So if Tuface Idibia is coming out right now to say he doesn't want to get married to Annie Macaulay Idibia, then we can actually just trace back and see all of this antecedent and see all the antecedents that have actually come out of this marriage, if it makes sense to what is happening right now. My conclusion to this will be this. Both parties are to be blamed. Marriage is not easy. A lot of people who have been commenting on this, most of them are single people. Most of them are divorcees. Most of them have never been married. They've never stayed this long in any marriage at all. It's hard to get to see celebrities stay this long. Tuface has tried 12, 13 years in marriage as a celebrity, as a high-class A celebrity. He has tried. Tuface has really tried. Annie has really tried. But guess what? These people also should be looked at as human beings, even though they are celebrities. We can't look at them differently. They are not gods. They are humans, just like us. They have blood flowing in their veins. They may have a lot of money, have a lot of fame, be at that level of the celebrity status, but they are still humans, okay? Whatever you as a human, an ordinary Nigerian that you're going through right now, in your marriage, expect that more from people who a lot of people look up to. Their lives are not, private lives. Their lives are always there in the public domain. So they have a lot of challenges. So what is going on right now is something that, would I say, I've expected it for a very long time, because a lot of celebrities have issues. A lot of celebrities. Tuface and Annie are just no different. They also are expected to have their own issues. So if it gets to a point where Tuface says he doesn't want to be in this marriage again, we just need to wait to hear what he said he was going to come out with. Tuface says he is also going to come out with his own explanation on why he feels he doesn't want to be in this marriage again. So just like I was saying, for me, this would be some of the reasons why I think this marriage is going to have serious issues. Number one would be, Annie should have seen the red flag right from time. Annie should have noticed that Tuface is who he is. What Tuface is a different video entirely. It's a different video. Tuface as a brand, Tuface as a husband, those are two different things, okay? We have heard a lot that Tuface is a very gentle, kind individual. He's actually very soft-spoken. And for the longest, we've known that Tuface has not been very, aggressive type of human being. He's not all out there. You see a lot of people say he's a very kind, humble person, okay? That doesn't make him a sense. But just looking at the outside in, at least that is tolerable, okay? The other side of him also being a human being would be his flaws, his weaknesses. And that's why we get to hear, the promiscuity level there. Also, let us look at Tuface as a brand. This is one of the best acts that we have in Nigeria. This guy is so phenomenal, okay? So we've not heard Tuface having issues with anybody in the industry, fighting, having issues with producers, having issues with label owners and music executives. We don't hear that. Tuface is in a niche of his own. This is a very nice guy. Tuface as a married man, we probably may not know a lot of things happening in their homes. But if not for all of these things coming out just now, we probably may not know. So that is Tuface for you, dear Annie Idibia. That is Tuface. You should have known that this guy is who he is. So a lot of these things coming right now, I think it's just you overbeating what should have been said a very long time ago. I want women to look at this thing and learn from it. What happens is this. Women do not learn from such things, and they come out to cry foul. In the next few months, you will get to hear similar story from one big celebrity. Just wait and see. People do not learn. Repeated events that people should have learned from. Nobody does. Nobody wants to learn from. So Annie Idibia, you should have seen the red flags. You should have said, being a very classy lady that you are, you should have seen this and said, no, I'm Annie, for crying out loud. I can't deal with this. But you didn't. You ladies try to manage people, control them, put them in a certain structure that does not fit their make. And in the end, you now want to cry foul. You have not been very successful in that. And Tuface right now feels he's been trapped, he's been embarrassed, he's been messed up, and right now he wants out. No man has a good wife and wants to leave that good wife. No man. No woman also has a good man and would wake up one morning and say, no, I want to leave the good man. That is also still debatable, though, because we get to hear a lot of contraries to this very statement I just made. But sometimes you get to see that there's a weakling somewhere. There's something that is making the other partner feel very, very less about the whole situation. You can be a very good guy, but there's something you lack that the woman wants very seriously. I wouldn't want to just go into a lot of that. There are a lot of things that people want in relationships that they probably don't get. They don't voice it out. They don't speak about it. Most importantly, they don't communicate about it. And when they leave it like that for a long time, it becomes a very big issue. Let's look at all the allegations that have been raised and placed on Annie. One would be, she should have actually seen the red flag. Okay? So, if you see red flags and you still allow it, you are still part of it, that means you have accepted it and you shouldn't be crying foul. Secondly, people are saying Annie is a big nag. Annie has a very bad temperament. Like, she gets angry very, very quick. And when she gets angry, she finds it very hard to control it, even in public. She embarrasses Tuface in public. She talks to Tuface anyhow. She does not allow Tuface to have, conversation with his baby mamas or have time to visit his children. Annie is very controlling. And also, we've heard allegations of how Annie went on a show and where she actually said a lot of things that just didn't add up. Annie was just too mouthy. She actually said a lot that she shouldn't have actually said. As celebrities, they should actually learn to be very curtailing with what they always talk about. The other allegation is that Annie Idibia does not like seeing her in-laws come to the house. Annie has choked their house with her staff, with her family members, but refuses Tuface's people to come to the house. And that was actually mentioned by Tuface's younger brother, to say this is how Annie acts. Annie does not want anybody to come to the house. Annie is very, very controlling. She's so territorial like a man. Annie has occupied everywhere. They, the family members, hardly have time to visit Tuface. So these are the allegations. And also, Annie is always accusing Tuface's family members of trying to get money to extort Tuface. And Tuface has never cried out to say my family members are extorting me or they're trying to milk me dry. A lot of these things do not add up because Tuface is not the best of husbands. Annie Idibia too, getting to hear all of these things is not the best of wives. But there can always be a compromise. And that's why people get married. I want you guys to look at this critically before you comment. Look at this critically before you go giving your own opinion. And what we get to hear from all the rumors coming out is Annie is nowhere to be found. Annie will probably be somewhere in a hospital, or she could actually be in a rehab somewhere, but she's just nowhere to be found as it is right now. That's a very dangerous one because this could have actually gotten to her terribly. We need to just, mind some of the things we put out there. Because just like I said at the beginning of this, we may not know the true reality of what's happening in their home. If truly Annie is in that state, her mental health could also have some potential harm there. So we really, really need to trade very carefully so we don't say things that could harm them the more. Tuface Idibia also is not left out. He could actually be in a position right now where he's a total wreck. So we need to, come out very carefully because marriage is not simple. Marriage is not easy. No marriage is simple. A lot of people do not understand this. Marriage is not like a bed of roses. And I'm really surprised to get to hear people who feel like they know it all coming out to say a lot of things negatively about marriage, about why they can't be married, why they can't actually have a man. Toke Makinwa, whatever that lady's name is. Calm down, madam. Calm down. You see, this thing called morality, a lot of people do not have it. A lot of people are completely immoral. And these are celebrities that a lot of people look up to. You go sit up there and you just say whatever you want to say, not caring the people you're hurting. You just want to bring out your narrative and make sense to yourself and your cohorts. And by doing that, you feel you can actually just, make yourself relevant. All of those big celebrities who come out to say rubbish about Tuface Idibia, think of your lives because your lives have never been better. Your marriages were terrible. If you have a recipe of terrible input, how would you want to recommend that to someone? How would you want to recommend your life to someone? Tuface has made mistakes. Annie Idibia has made her own part of mistakes. We don't need to come on social media and criticize people. These are the facts, and I want us to take these facts home. If you have your contributions, positive contributions, okay, you can actually leave that in the comment section so we can also read and understand what's happening, so we can have clarity, and we shouldn't actually be going out saying things that do not exist. So leave your comments in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel if you like what we're doing here and what we're doing so far on Epic Tube Moment. Please subscribe to the channel. Click the notification bell there so you can always get notified when we upload new videos. Swale.